Fantastic. I've been in, my name is Juliette Kayyem. I've been in the race about, I think, 10 days, still standing, very exciting. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and how I'm thinking about the campaign and why I want to be governor, and then just a little bit about me personally, because people always want to know. So I have spent a life mostly in public safety, public security issues, mostly called the Homeland, and I've had senior roles in Homeland Security both for Deval Patrick and President Obama. I actually, though, started my career for President Clinton as a civil rights attorney at the Department of Justice, and so I have this progressive background on things that essentially matter a lot to us. I've litigated cases in the South. I was the first, I brought the first federal case, then it was called peer-on-peer harassment, now we know it as bullying, that I brought a case against a school district that was not protecting children from a group of bullies. I was of counsel in the VMI and Citadel cases to open up access to women, and those of you who followed my columns, I've been very aggressive on pushing the military to give to open combat rules to women. I then had a career switch, as many of us do, and then ended up in public safety and Homeland Security. Before 9/11, Governor Deval Patrick, when he became governor, asked me to be his Homeland Security advisor. That's a fancy way of saying I oversaw public safety entities, National Guard, state police, and fire, and other issues related to Homeland Security. I always like to say also Scott Brown reported to me, so that might mean something, which I sort of miss him not being in the race for that. And then I served on President Obama's transition team, and then Assistant Secretary for Intergovernmental Affairs, which means I got to see all the states and how they're working. So I believe in government, and I've been charged by 2 presidents and this governor to make government work when it matters the most. And I have come to believe, as all of you do, that it matters all the time. And I often say at that moment when there's a crisis, and I deal in a world in which the crises are unanticipated, whether they're crime or terrorism or hurricanes or oil spills, that at that moment when something bad happens, the goodwill amongst all citizens and cuts across race and socioeconomic status and history and whatever, right, and geography, if you could just grasp that moment and then apply it to all these other crises we have, because they are crises, we'd be in pretty good shape. And that's a really exciting thing for me right now, because having been in those experiences, in those management and leadership experience, overseeing billions of dollars that was distributed to state and localities, overseeing thousands of first responders during a crisis, and driving here in particular jobs and technology and biotech that were related to security, right? Related to all infrastructure and all these issues that are related to security during my time here, driving jobs and job creation. Those are the skills I can bring to the table. I know, we all know, we're going to agree on what the challenges are. Technology and education, why we aren't at the forefront of that. Jobs, jobs, jobs. And it's not just any jobs, it is the jobs that are going to be come here, stay here, grow here, prosper here, and then the ones that are here that we are going to continue to support. We know what the economy is going to look like. We know also the challenge of climate change. I think any governor who is going to face the next 8 years better be prepared for the changes that our climate is bringing us, and the adaptation and resiliency that I care about is some of the skills that I will bring to the governorship. 21st century problems don't have a single solution. It takes integrating all pieces of the Commonwealth, all pieces of the nation. I've had the state and federal experience that can do that across public, private, tribal, mayors, governors, all aspects of society, to drive towards common solutions. So I look forward to meeting you all. This is my second stump speech, so thank you for hearing me. I should say I am, like many of you, I'm going to sneak out because I did decide that one of my first goals if I became governor was one form, one school, one kid, one time. This will be my agenda for any mothers and fathers in the house. I do have to leave a little bit early because tomorrow's a big day and we do have a back to school event, but I do have 3 kids in school. 8th grade, now this is sad, 8th grade, 6th grade, and 2nd grade, and married. I'm here because I married a guy, and he loves it here. He teaches at Harvard Law School, and we've been here for about 25 years, minus our stints with Clinton and Obama. So this is our home, and we view the value of, I just believe us as a society will be judged by how we protect and prepare all of our citizens, and that's what I can bring to the State House. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Juliette. Thank you to all the gubernatorial gubernatorial candidates who joined us this evening. We are now going to move to the lieutenant governor's race. And I believe with the exception of